Hello there. And yeah, welcome. The Case of the Golden Idol, which is a murder mystery, supposedly. Never... Looks like I can probably raise the volume of the game quite a bit. Yeah, never played the game, don't really know a lot about it, so let's just head right into it. Okay, study the environment to infer what has happened. Important information can be gathered from documents. Gather phrases from evidence and documents. Assign gathered phrases to the correct slots in the thinking panels. Complete the scroll to finish the scenario. Take your time to study the environment carefully. Focus on the evidence before you. Even when facing great challenges, there is no need for guesswork. Well, this seems pretty straightforward, but I guess that's to be expected from a tutorial. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, so let's take a look for all of these. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. I knew what you were plotting, you snake. January 5th, both parties agreed to these terms for the expedition to Monkey Paw Island. Albert Cloudsley has rights to 2/3 of all the valuables for funding the expedition. Oberon Geller has rights to 1/3 of all valuables and any gold statues found for providing the map to the expedition site. Gotcha, seems fair. So the doctor... Okay, Oberon Geller is the doctor. Interesting. Okay, it's a pipe and a dagger. Oh, it wants me to click these. Gotcha. Let's take a look there. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. A scalpel. Both parties agree. Nothing new there. A medicine bottle. I guess I really gotta double click everything. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. We have Horn of Finger, Ruins of Xenopolis, Bay of Shadows, Horn of Thumb. And it's supposed to be by the Ruins of Xenopolis. And what do we have here? So we have a golden statue with a red stone and a bag filled with coins. A bag of medical instruments and some medicine, so this is a doctor's. You have 2 bags filled with coins and gems. And a tobacco pouch and a pipe cleaner. Alright. And a pipe cleaner. Gotcha. So you are the doctor and you are the esquire. Okay, I think I have all the... Okay, this is all optional, but okay. The doctor was called Oberon Geller. So you are... Oberon Geller. You are Albert Cloudsley. This, given that, looks like a camp in... I mean, it looks like you're kind of there. So, Horn of Thumb? So then we have Albert Cloudsley pushed Oberon Geller from a cliff in the Horn of Okay. That was a very easy tutorial. This feels like it could escalate in complexity quite a bit. But so far it's just singular screens, so that's nice at least. I guess we should start with the murder victim. A ring with a ruby, the man is not breathing, his head is badly wounded. I mean, yeah, it looks like it was bashed in. The ring is interesting because that suggests that it was not done for the purpose of stealing. Also, man, that clicking sound is loud compared to... So you can't access settings. That feels like a bit of an oversight. I guess you'll just have to put up with the clicks being as loud as my voice. Because I think I gotta I mean, actually, I have barely done anything, so I should be able to restart. The effects volume, probably want to half that. Looks like roughly half is nice. So let's do this. So we have ruby ring, a tall rickety ladder. It's weird that here it looks like the wound is on the backside of the head, but here it looks like it's on the forehead, which is odd that it's inconsistent. Henry Clover, lead poisoning. I mean, makes sense that he was potentially poisoned before somebody struck. Going to guess this is the guy, which just further signifies that this might be poisoning, considering the change of hue of skin. Doesn't seem like we can actually read the book, however. We have a map, but no clue where we are in relation to the map. It's the 23rd of August. Spontaneous combustion. I, Sebastian Cloudsley, will share my humble contribution to the science of anatomy and chemistry. I woke up a beautiful day, washed and dressed in my dining attire, had a beautiful roast duck for lunch, changed to my hunting attire, rode to hunt badgers, had no luck today and returned home. Changed to my research attire, changed to my dining attire, had a tasty beef loin for supper, filled in my diary and went to bed to continue reading research. Okay. This clue has been added to the thinking panel, so there's... It could be that it's trying to maybe look like lead. I mean, to be fair, back in these days there was a lot of lead in paint. A yacht is slowly floating in the river, so we're probably here by Blackfield. And here we have that. So this is supposedly enough for us to just deduce that he somehow got lead poisoned, is my guess. But that doesn't still tell us how he died. I mean, okay, that's just obviously the dining attire. Research attire, hunting attire. So yeah, he was gonna go and hunt. So Sebastian Cloudsley, Lord of Blackfield, passed away in his bed. The cause of death was a head wound, which occurred when he fell from a horse. I mean, that's possible. While he was hunting. Oh. Head. Pretty sure clicked head wound and not wound, but yeah. I mean, there's just a big problem with this guess. How did he end up in the bed? Somebody must have moved him there. Okay. So that's Sebastian. No, okay, I guess that's not Sebastian. My guess is then it's gonna be slowly but surely filled in. Or not slowly but surely filled in, but we're like gonna make progress. As if the thing... Okay, so we have human combustion, which is something we did see on the previous page, or previous case. Spare me, devil, I was simply following orders. Astonishing monkey man, property of Pair Brothers, and a knife. A scorched horse brush, a scorched knife. What the place is? August Jockey Club Derby. Race win, place, show, wager. Okay, race 3, win, Raging Sultan, place, show, wager, £35, which is quite a lot back in those days. Now if it's all the same to you, I will take my leave. Okay. To perform the combustion trick, you must first cast a freezing spell. The sacred glyphs for combustion on the idol. Okay. Interesting. Nobody's reacting very casually to everything. A tobacco pouch labeled Ash Blair, finest tobacco. Saddlebag, a dagger, shillings and penny. Prepare the carriage for tomorrow. We are to visit my nephew. Stable rota for Adam and James. And do it properly, you lazy oafs. What an unexpected turn of events. I mean, why is everybody carrying daggers and stiletto blades? So Lord Edmund Cloudsley, speech stirs Parliament. So somebody is Edmund Cloudsley. Dear Edmund, it has reached my attention that you are seeking a capable new servant. I have just the man for you. David Goran is an experienced coachman with a diverse set of talents. Okay, so I'm going to guess this is Edmund Cloudsley then. Why he's carrying a newspaper about himself, who knows? That's a dragon. So I'm fairly sure you are Edmund Cloudsley. The rest I don't think I actually know. Like, this is probably... one of Adam or James, but I don't know their surnames. I don't know this guy's names whatsoever. I don't know who's burning. Probably the one who... or it could be the one who was horse grooming. Because he has a... Horsebrush, which would mean this would be potentially the other one. So I gotta figure out what day of the week it is. Still don't know the surnames. We also from Easy, so there's some Cloudsley. Oh yeah, Edmund Cloudsley. So that's him. Okay. Batley, Cloudsley, and Cubert. So this is Batley. The Batleys. Nicholas Maker, attorney. I would not have expected one of your family to treat a legal document in such a way. I am appalled. Oh gosh. So there was a Last Testament reading. Gotcha. Aphorisms by Sebastian Cloudsley. How to be happy. Eat a hearty meal every day and do not waste your time on trivialities. How to avoid being upset. Strive for that which holds meaning and do not shrink from responsibility. How to be inspired. Take a walk in the forest. Alright, so we have definitely betting. Peter Batley. Dear Peter Batley, he has sent you frequent reminders concerning the settlement of your debt, and yet to date the debt remains unpaid. We humbly request that you make your payments as soon as possible, or we will be forced to take the matter into our own hands. The debt currently stands at £255, Blackguard and Buck loans. Dear William Wright, dear Rose Cubert. So we basically have this. The will. See. Rose Cubert is the only female name present. So this has to be Rose Cubert. So I'm gonna guess you are Rose Cubert. I think you are Nicholas Maker. Fat Lord. Pair twins. Okay, so A and J, the ones running the stall, are the pair twins. Gotcha. We met so rarely after you left for colonies, therefore I bequeath to you my savings, land, blah blah blah, and a Blackfield Manor house. Come home and establish a museum of my life and accomplishment. Addressed to... Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back to read that. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use than mere politics. Therefore I bequeath to you the notes from the research I have undertaken on astronomy. I grant you leave... So, Golden Idol of Xenopolis is this guy. No, wait, that wasn't him. It was him, whoever that is. So we're looking potentially for somebody who has financial issues. Oh yeah, wait, the pair twins. So the burning guy probably... Wait, I didn't check. How do we know the day? It is. I am not gonna look up what day of the week that is. I feel like... I mean, I could do that probably, but... Willard Wright. Considering if this is the entire testament... And these are the only two. I'm gonna guess what that means is... Because this guy has that, this guy is Willard Wright. And we have Rose Cubit. £1, £4. So neither of them seem to have financial issues, though. But you would then be Willard Wright. We met so rarely after you left for colonies, therefore I bequeath to you my savings. I mean, this feels like Willard Wright as well. I want you to put your sharp mind to better use than mere politics, therefore I bequeath to... I grant you leave to finish and publish it. My late sister, your mother, disclosed your financial troubles to me long ago, and I resolved to help you. I bequeath to you a compilation of my aphorisms to provide the direction in your life which you so clearly lack. What's an aphorism? But I guess both of these... Yeah, you really have nothing here that would make me suggest anything related to astronomy. But neither do you. I'm gonna guess, though, this is Rose Cubit on these two. Oh, a lot of them are incorrectly filled in. So I guess maybe all of them are different and some are just given for free. So that's definitely Willard Wright. Can I... Right. I bequeath you the notes from the research I've undertaken in astronomy. So who is carrying something related to astronomy? I'm going to guess this is David Goran. Because I don't think there's anybody here. And here we have then one of the pair twins. Which means this must be Peter. Oh, I recognize Peter. Where did I see his name? Peter Batley. So now we just gotta figure out what day of the week it is. Oh, so this is aphorisms which he mentioned in his testament. So Peter... I'm going to guess this essentially tries to tell you that Peter did all of this. So that means the aphorisms is addressed to Peter. Peter Batley. Considering politics is mentioned, I'm going to guess this is it. So, Edmund Cloudsley is this. We met so rarely after you left for colonies. So it's Rose. I guess it is Rose then. Rose. Yep. So is there anything here that tells me what day of the week it is? Because they all look like kind of identical or mirrored, so I can't do anything there. I guess my best bet is the fact that there's a bunch of derbies. No, wait. Monday. So I guess it could be Monday. Or at least early in the week, which means this would be... This dude, the burning dude, would be James, and this would be Adam. Okay. We do know these are correct. This has to be correct. Let's do it like that. No. So this probably is Edmund. You know, we say EC and everything. Adam and James, the pair twins. We are to visit my nephew. I guess that would be Peter Batley. We are to visit my nephew, and that nephew is Peter Batley. Actually, no, wait. Nephew. I'm gonna look up, just to make sure. Nephew. A son of a brother or sister. So yeah, it's Peter Batley is the nephew. So that means this guy who is in charge of the horses, so it's Adam or James, got told by Edmund that they're going to visit Peter Batley. So is it that there is somebody... Property of Pear Brothers? Oh, so this is a Pear guy. Okay. I'm going to guess then this is actually Peter Goran. Or David Goran. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. He was told to, you know, prepare the horse and everything. He had the Pair brothers. He is also the Pair brothers. Okay. So... So the burning victim is James Pair, but the James Pair... isn't one of these people. Who is James Pair, even? Where did I find his name? Yeah, wait, where did I get the James Pair? Oh, no, not James Pair. Yeah, no, wait, I don't know where I got them from. I'm dumb. Okay, so my guess is... Okay, I guess we can work here. Suddenly, James Pair died from spontaneous combustion. The guy's will is... Sebastian Cloudsley. Oh, that's why Spare Me Devil was simply following orders. Gotcha. So he ordered the Pair brothers. Gotcha. So Peter Batley... I think I understand now. Peter Batley was upset to receive aphorisms in Sebastian Cloudsley and ordered Adam Pair and James Pair to take the idol from Willard Wright. Gotcha. Revenge RR. Trapdoor. A walking cane, a ring with ruby, and a dead person. With 2 walking canes, actually. To my dear Maurice. A washing bowl filled with slightly bloody water. Dear proud beast master, I have attended our departed brother's send-off and accepted the keepsake that he bestowed upon our brotherhood in his will. I shall send this letter tomorrow, September 10, and I hope it will reach you without delay. Already it is midnight, and I will retire to bed, for this has been a long day. May Griffin awaken, proud beast initiate. Alarm, alarm, a break-in. This clue has been added to it. Watchman's lantern. A watchman's spear. A shot of glass lie in the mud. Which suggests, because the glass is on the outside, that it was actually a break out, not a break in. The door does not open, so probably he broke the... Why did he break the glass if he could open the windows? The door does not open. An empty bed, not warm. Trapdoor in the ceiling. Why did that bugger give me a note when he knows I can't read? Shears, stale bread. You can lie low for a couple of days in the old oarsman's place down on the docks. So I think the trapdoors are just to show that, hey, this guy could have gotten in or out from the trapdoors. Where did the blasted boy go? I really need a pee. Dear Oscar Boyton, it has come to our attention that the good owner of the Little Mermaid offers services to those who want to transfer products that are less agreeable to the authorities. I will come by in 3 days. If you still have some spare space in your gin barrels and you are willing to earn extra money, reach out to me. So this is Oscar Boyton. And this was Henry Parker. Dandelion room, forget-me-not room, Willard Wright. Dandelion, you are the dandelion, so Willard Wright. Does this really look like Willard Wright though? Okay. As a Little Mermaid in Amazing Evan's musical performance. So this must be Evan. Oh mother, oh mother, forgive me, or never gamble with something so dear to me again. A navaja folding blade. So Ash Blair. So the Western room was for Ash Blair, but I don't know who that is. Tell me, what does that man have that I lack? A small sword. And of course. Just steal the next one, it's all luck anyway. Remember, you as an agent of our trading company have to reflect its values to the fullest. Never be late, the client leaves the port on the 10th. Be persuasive, do not take no for an answer, we must get the client's product. Be effective, once you have the product, deliver it to me immediately. Most importantly, no matter what you do, be mindful of our reputation. Right, so here's a bunch of scores. So it seems like the first round, or the ongoing round, we have AG, JB, and AB. Be calm, John. He was a perfect gentleman. He bought me a drink and then retired upstairs. To Annie. You are beautiful like a rose, for you I'll take any blows. Annie, you are like a glass of wine, your hair is very fine. So this is Annie. So she's one of the A's. So this is John. Dumb. Yeah, WW has to be Willard Wright. Willard Wright. ME has to be Maurice Evans, I'm guessing then. AB has to be Ash Blair. Okay, so the tabs for Green, Breach, and Blair. Okay, so no glasses of wine here. So we have Maurice Evans. So I guess it could be Maurice that went upstairs and he's the one who's dead. But who's the guy on the outside then? Actually, no, I guess the guy on the outside is just Robert Redruth. Robert Redruth. So we have John. So that's JP. So it has to be Breach then, because the AB is Blair. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that's John Breach. Who is Annie AG then? I'm going to guess so. Annie Green. So he works for the trading company. So yeah, I'm gonna guess that's Annie Green, Annie Green, Annie Green, John Breach, Oscar. Oh. So it's Oscar Breach or Oscar Blair. Probably Oscar Breach. No, Oscar Boyton. Okay, yeah. So Boyton joined in for a round. Alright. So Annie Green, John Breach, Ash Blair. So this has to be Ash Blair. This has to be then Maurice Evans. No, wait. Because it said like a common amazing Evans. So Maurice Evans is actually this guy. So that has to be then Willard Wright. Yeah. So Maurice joined in for a for some card games. Okay, so what happened? I mean, I guess one downside is you don't really have to actually figure out what happened. Because this tells you for you. So yeah, he went to his room. So Willard Wright, yeah. So got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor. Because that's what they called it, right? Trapdoor. Yeah. Through the trapdoor while... Okay, so when did Willard Wright leave? So Annie Green, John Breach... Annie Green, John Breach... So since they were playing with loud music... No, so it's either with Ash Blair or it is with Oscar Boyton. A fight ensued upstairs and Willard Wright got stabbed. Which she is. And then we have Robert Redruth. I'm gonna guess Ash Blair. No? Oscar Boyton? Robert Redruth got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor while Annie Green and John Breach and Oscar... Yeah, because the one who went upstairs is Willard Wright, right? He paid his tab as well. So Green, Breach and Blair can't have left. Is it that they want a different order to all the names? No. Was he stabbed with something else? Stiletto? Dagger? I think it's shears. Are they complaining that they want actually Maurice Evans? No. So who played? Willard Wright went upstairs, so it's Anna Green, John Breach, Oscar Boyton, but that was wrong. Or Anna Green. Since it says it makes me think actually. What bothers me is Revenge wait, he can't read, which means he can't write, so this wasn't Robert Redruth. So probably this was actually Ash Blair got into Willard Wright's room through the trapdoor, while John Breach, Anne Green, and Oscar Boyton. And he had a stiletto on him, I think. Okay, yeah. The scroll has been fulfilled, no hints accessed. A man going by the name of Ash Blair crept into Willard's room through the trapdoor to steal something important, but when he opened the music box it woke Willard up and a fight ensued. In the fracas, Ash stabbed Willard and attempted to frame an escaped convict. But how did he know the convict was there? Oh, this is gonna be bigger and bigger. 36 clues. 3 things. Okay, that's quick actually, though. That's a very short one. But I wanted to do all of it. These sure are fine coats and expensive cigar. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you when I'm back, David. So this is Lil Pip. An overcoat and a hat, an overcoat and a hat. A box of cigars. Dear Miss Richards, I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to dinner. Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley. So, I don't know if he stole it. So, yeah, we have a female, and we know that female is now called Mary Richard. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's so much. I'm guessing the clue here is who sat where. Cloudy liquid, salad, partially. Yeah, I mean... Might as well click through these because I'm not going to remember all of them. Oh my lord, this has nothing to do with me. So this is some form of butler, probably, because of all the keys. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey, and you will feel better. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner, and I will slip you a shilling. Because it did get a shilling, I go to guess that Peter Batley indeed got to sit next to the woman. And here we have the cigar smoker as well, whoever that is. So it's gonna be a bit like an Einstein's, like the sort of Einstein riddle or whatever to call it. So she's dead. Oh, it's her. Yeah. The dead lady. Ruby... something. This is horrible. It's poison, nobody touch a thing and nobody move, I'll send for a doctor right away. I mean, we already know you, that you are the infamous Edmund Cloudsley. She seems rather unwell, it's extremely upsetting. So that is the father, I'm gonna guess this is the girl, who was Mary Richards, which means this is also a Richards. You killed my aunt, you devil, I should execute you on the spot. I mean, we know that's Peter Batley. And he stole a fork. So this was Peter Batley. Which would, if he was to sit next to, it's more likely probably that this is where she would be, rather than this. So this was then Mary Richards. Oh, so much. Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Darkhand. Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth. A couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. And a key. Lockpicks, pistol. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. Ash Blair. Finest tobacco. So the butler might be David then. Something. And he is also the one who told Pip to get the tobacco. And we have keys there. Paint. Down with parasites, too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Stack of candles. Horses, the wise slave. Ink. Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner event. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I have loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. The door is locked. The door is locked. Mrs. Smith, you 2 eggs and a pot of tea each for breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You're responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. Oh, so... okay. Mr. Walker, which I'm gonna presume then is a David Walker. Mrs. I'm expected... blah, blah. I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. NB David Goran's job requires that he may arrive or leave during the night. No complaining about this. So who could N be then? Of course I can give you some candles for your room. Lucia, I assume you're itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. Dear Ada, so this woman is Ada. I have to use this letter to share good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward our souls. So this is Lucia. Might as well fill that in immediately. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. So this is not David Walker, then. The dinner party will take place. Young Miss Richards appears to not enjoy meat, therefore prefers some alternative side dish. Gotcha. So this could be actually David Richards. No. So David has to be the male servant. But who's Brian? So we have an NB. I have no names on N, so that's very curious. Brandy and wine. To Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. So there are 4 servants here. Stack of candles. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Star Child. Pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid, partially empty. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your own appearances. Yeah, I mean, this is obviously Peter Batley's. The Laceless Count. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again. That would imply this is not Peter Batley. Ideal Republic. Secret codes. Such trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Mrs. Baker. Starting date. Housemaid. Okay, so... Oh, finally we have Rose Cubit. No. Nothing interesting there. Father Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies. Yeah. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. Soon you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Well, Edmund, you seem pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Dear uncle... Yeah, here, interested in late Richards. Edmund Cloudsley. One of the Brotherhood of Masks. Gotcha. Alright. I still don't know how I'm supposed to actually figure out all of them. Yeah, well... Okay, let's evaluate. So what did you get told, actually? So David is... Yeah, so David stole a cigar. And we see a cigar here. Oh, I didn't see this. Water, roast, salad, brandy, wine, yellow liquid with lemon, peptonic tonic. So I have everything now. So it's the two servants I am currently unsure. Actually, no, there's still some mysteries. Bread, meat, vegetables, potatoes, flour, water, lemons. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. Gotcha, so... Cloudy liquid. So see, these two had the peptonic tonic, and one of them is Edmund Cloudsley. And they did say abstain from alcohol. So my guess is this is actually Edmund Cloudsley. Now, we know one of the guests had a cigar. And the only ones who are left are... Rose Cubit, Rose Cubit and Lothar Richards. So what's the differentiating factors here? I'm gonna guess that this was actually Lothar Riches. And then this is the Rose Cubit. My guess is because it would make most sense for his father's coat to be next to his daughter's. Or father-in-law. So that's solved. So Lucia and Ada. We knew there was a paper somewhere. One is Mrs. Smith and one is Mrs. Baker. Ooh, I think I get it. So because one of the servants wanted Cloudsley dead. And you see this. Gotcha. So Rose Cubit, she drank the intoxicated. Either the entire tonic thing was polluted or it was just the glass, but probably the entire thing. And she didn't know about it. She was accidentally killed. No. My guess is that this is Batley's room. But I don't know where all the servants would be then. So we have Key, we have Ash Blair. So yeah, that's David Walker. David Walker. The wise slave. And who could this one be? It feels with an amber liquid. To Mrs. Smith. Are they trying to tell me that, hey, it's Lucia Smith? $1788. So this would at least be 7075. And the baker is younger. And she's a housemaid. So I'm going to guess it is Lucia Smith. And it's Ada. Oh. Oh, this is annoying. This is Rose Cubit. This is Edmund Cloudsley. This is Pete Batley. These are the Richards. Which one could possibly be wrong then? Oh, what if Little Pip isn't... He is the NB. Here. So he's the NB, but I don't have any names with N. There's probably also code somewhere. But who's David then? Is David Little Pip? No, okay, so David is probably... Maybe I should have remembered it, but maybe he is the dude from the... this guy, David Gorin. Yeah, I think that's probably it then. David Gorin. So David Gorin is not here. He wanted tobacco, which probably means this is... Yeah. So this is wrong. This is David Gorin, who wants this. Now the question is, does that mean none of these are actually the servants' chambers, that these are all the guests? So I gotta figure, I mean, yeah, probably. So who, remember to take the fourth one from every row. Wait, I put... Oh, because he hid all this stuff in his pillow. Yeah, I guess this all makes sense. So who would be on the top? And who would be here? Like, a couple of pennies, a fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. Like, this feels almost like this is... supposed to be, Peter's. Because why would any of the other guests get a bad room? So this is obviously a slave's room. I guess it could be her, but it could be Lucia Smith, because we know she can read, which not all the slaves potentially knew. So let's put Lucia Smith here. So the question then is, who is this? Remember to take the fourth one from every row. What makes me so confused is like the pillow feels like it's Peter Batley's. But it also feels pretty weird, like why would Peter Batley, out of all the non-servants, be there? Why would even David be here? Actually no, yeah, he does work for Edmund, so that makes sense. So it doesn't make sense for this actually to be Peter Batley's, and because of the knife. So this is not Peter Batley's. This is one of the servants. But because I made Lucia Smith because she can read, yeah, this person can obviously read as well. So I'm going to guess then that this guy has to be Little Pips. Because he's a kid. So I guess the big question now is, do we know how long David Goren has? Because we know when Mrs. Baker started, and that's a fairly recent. She's only been here for 1 year. Print paint. So I don't think there's any reason for Walker to actually kill. So why do we get this letter? I mean, I guess partially to find out her name. Oh, wait. Of course I can give you some candles for your room. So we're looking for somebody who doesn't have candles. So that's this. because I'm not gonna guess this. So she doesn't have any candles, and that is Lucia Smith. So this is Lucia Smith. Gotcha. So either Brian is the one on the bottom here, or on the top. Remember to take the fourth one from every row. I have no clue. What hint I'm supposed to get? Wait, take the fourth one from every row. She has a letter on her. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely dark hand steward. Oh, she is the killer. So that means Ada Baker is at the top. And that just leaves Brian Walker. Gotcha. So, Ada Baker wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. Actually, no, technically I guess this isn't true. Ada Baker was at least the one who poisoned the tonic and hid the necessary key. Okay, at the dinner party, here we do know, unfortunately, it's Rose Cubit. Where did she hide the key? And the entity that wanted him dead. Final Vanguard. Brotherhood of Masks. Okay. So, is the necessary key in the vase? Is that what they want me to say? But that's not one of the options. So it's mattress, pocket. Oh, so it's a lot I was wrong with. I'm gonna guess technically Ada Baker is the one who wanted him dead. But what do they mean? Poison the tonic. And hid the necessary key. Oh, an opium overdose. Oh, wait, he has access to that. So this, it's actually Brian Walker. No? What was the realization I had that this was... Oh no, I know it's Adabakis, because this is correct. I guess kinda the thing is then that there's two agencies, the Brotherhood of Masks and the Final Vanguard. So it's the Final Vanguard, but the Final Vanguard would be... So my guess then is, because he has a blue key in his pocket, and it's Brian Walker. Hey, Brian Walker. Brian Walker wanted him dead. Ada Baker wanted him dead. The Final Vanguard. What am I missing? The Brother of the Masks seems at least friendly, but the Final Vanguard does not. Like, he is very fed up. But okay, we don't do that. We say it's Brian Walker. Wanted Edmund Cloudsley dead. But it feels weird. If Brian wanted him dead, he could see that Rose Cubit would have died. Like, so this seems like there's a lot wrong. Hid the necessary key in a bag. No? That's not a bag. There's... That's a mattress. Yeah, I have no clue what bag it's in. So this is wrong. So sincerely dark hand. So I do have dark hand. Dark hand stupid. Or our steward will get you. I guess. But I actually think with that, it's the end of this stream. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your morning, day, evening, or whatever time it is for you. And I will see you in the next stream. So until then, take care.